Hi everyone! This screencast will help you learn how to set up your own Lino board, as well as how to participate in the one that we're going to be using in this professional development program. The first thing you want to do is go to your browser and type in www.linoit.com. Hit enter. And this board should come up. Don't worry about this EN up here. That just appears to let us know that it's the English version. So this is the screen that you're going to see. If you want to do their tutorial on it, you can push this arrow. But hopefully this screencast will be enough to get you started. Linoit allows you to add content onto a virtual bulletin board. It's completely free. And I find it's great for class discussions. It's a great place to share resources and links, and it's really a great way to check for understanding. Now, you won't need to create an account to participate in the Lino board that we'll be using for our professional development, but I want to show you how to do it. It's very easy, and hopefully moving forward you'll want to create your own account and be able to create boards for your students. So what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and you're going to go to sign up and click that. And mine's filled in because I already have an account. But what you would do is you'd fill in your username, come up with a password, put in your email address, and then go down here and click sign up, and you'll be all set. You'll have an account. So I'm going to go back now since I already have one, and I'm going to go to login. And we're going to go to login. This is my username, my password. Okay, and this is the home page that comes up. And on your home page, you're going to see all of the boards that you've created in the past. The boards are actually called canvases. And all you need to do is go back into a canvas, just click on it. And once you're in the canvas, you can move content around, you can delete, you can add, you can respond to your students, you can do whatever you want. So what I want to go over right now with you is how we would create a new canvas. So what you'd do is you'd go over here to this box that says create a new canvas, and you'd click on it, and this screen would come up. So the first thing you need to do is name your new canvas. So let's pretend that I'm teaching life cycle this year and that I'm up to my unit on bar bat mitzvah, and I want to create a Lino board for my students to collaborate on in terms of learning about bar bat mitzvah. So I'm going to name my board right here. I'll call it bar bat mitzvah. All right. The next thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to pick a background. There's a plain cork board background. There's a couple of other backgrounds that are kind of pretty and plain. I don't know that I'd go with something this busy because it's kind of distracting, and we want our students to be concentrating on the content and not necessarily distracted by the board. So this green one's nice. So you see when I click on it, it comes over here to show me that that's going to be the background for my board. Now this is very, very important. You have to decide how you're going to use your board. You can use it for your own private use, and no one would see the canvas but you. I guess there are people who use Lino boards for organizational reasons. This one you could show stickies to everyone, meaning your students could see whatever you post, but they wouldn't be able to post themselves. Or what I would suggest is to click everyone may post stickies, and this way everyone can collaborate on the board together. I usually leave all of these things checked. This top one is a great one. It's notifying you when someone posts a sticky, which means if you set up a Lino board, every time a student posts something, you'll be notified. You'll get an email. So we have our title and we have our background, and now we're going to hit create a canvas. And here's the canvas that we just created. So if you look in the lower right hand corner here, you'll see that the canvas itself is actually much larger than the computer screen. You can't fit the whole canvas on the screen. This rectangle right here is the view that we have right now of the screen. And you can see that if I move this, it changes the view of the canvas. It's hard for you to tell now because there's nothing on here. But it's nice to know that this tool is here because as people are posting and it starts to get crowded, sometimes it's hard to sort of know where you're at, and if you get a little lost, you can always use this tool down here. You'll notice that there's a little hand instead of the arrow that you get when you're up here in the palette. This little hand helps you move the board around. So all you would do is left click, and you can move the board any way that you want to. Once you've created your canvas, you have several options. You can post a sticky. These little, they look like Post-it notes. These are your stickies. You can post a picture. You can post a video. You can post a link to a document. As I said before, this is called the palette, and this is where you'd get all of your tools from. All right, so let's start off the first thing with posting a sticky. So we're going to pick a yellow one. And you see that the hand that was like a palm stretched out here, when you bring it up here, it looks like it's kind of grabbing onto the sticky. So I picked a yellow one, and what we're going to do is, if this is going to be our bar bat mitzvah board, maybe what we should do is just name this bar bat mitzvah. All right, a couple of things that we can do. We can change the size of the text by going down to these little A's here. If we go to this one, it's going to be much larger. This one's going to be tiny. So I kind of like the one that we had to begin with. We can also change the color of the text just by going over to this color chart. So let's go with nice blue. The other thing we can do is we can add an icon, which you probably won't want to do in the beginning, but I'll just show you. I'm going to add a little guitar to mine. And the really nice thing about this is, let's say I had put an assignment on here for the students. I can add a due date. You just click on the calendar and come up with a date that you want this assignment due, or at least them to post by, and then you'd add the due date in. I'm going to hit none because this is just our topic. So I'm going to hit post, and the sticky gets posted. And you can see every time we post, a little message comes up here telling us what action we just did. I put my little hand on the sticky, and I can move it anywhere I want. Another really nice thing about this is if you come down to the lower right-hand corner, you can size and reshape the sticky. So if I didn't want the text on 2 lines and I wanted it on 1 line, I can do whatever I need to do here to bring it up to 1 line. This icon is for moving it to another canvas. If I was a teacher who taught 7 different periods and I wanted to use materials from one canvas on another, this is an easy way for me to copy. Down here is called the dock, and you can see my other canvases here. So all I would have to do is take this sticky and drag it down to one of these other canvases. This icon is for sending it, I guess, through email. This is for setting the due date, and this is a great one. This is to edit it. So if I don't like the way it looks, I hit edit. It brings me back to the screen, and I can change the color again, or I can change the size, anything that I want to do. And then when I hit save, the message will say this sticky has been edited. One other feature I will show you before moving on to the next piece of content is if you bring the little hand up to the upper right hand corner, you can tilt your sticky if you want to get fancy. So we're going to leave that just like that. The next thing I want to show you is how to post a photo. So you'd go up here to the little picture icon and you'd click on that, and this screen now allows you to browse anywhere in your computer for any kind of photo that you might want to use for your curriculum. So if I go into browse, it will bring me to my documents, and I have a folder here called Art for Thesis, and here's a picture of a bar mitzvah. So you hit open, and the picture from my documents just got posted onto this sticky. I can make the picture smaller. If I'm running out of space, I can make the picture larger. All right, let's go back to medium, and this is a great feature. If you want to add a frame around it, you'd come over here and click frame, and the nice thing about this is now if I want to ask a question or make a comment about this photo, it'll come up right underneath it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask my students a question. I'm going to say, in your opinion, what is the most important thing about becoming a bar or bat mitzvah. Okay, I can change I can change the size of this. I can make the text a little bit smaller. I can make it a different color if I want. And then I would just hit post, and you'll see that the picture is going to come up with the question underneath it. And then I can put the picture anywhere I want. And my students can choose sticky notes and come over here and answer the question. And I can keep track of the answers as they come in. The next thing I want to show you is how to post a video. You'd go over to this little film strip and click on it, and this box will come up. So what you need to do is copy and paste the URL of whatever video you want to post. I like to try to find my videos before I do the Lino board, but you can certainly go straight to YouTube here or Vimeo just by clicking on it. I've already saved the one that I want to do just for time's sake because I'm only allowed 15 minutes for this screencast. So what I'm going to do is I've saved it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste it in this box, okay, and hit post. And now the video is there, and you can see that it's the Torah Aliyah blessings. I'm going to move it over here, and all the student has to do is hit play, and we'll watch for a couple of seconds.
Mazal Tov. You are watching this video because someone in your family is celebrating.
You can also make the screen full so that they can see the whole thing. Fill up the whole computer screen.
Basic steps of how you have an aliyah. You will come up to the right side of the Torah. The Torah reader will point to the spot where the reading is to begin. You take your talit and you kiss the spot, and then you recite the first blessing. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorah.
Okay. I just hit escape to get out of that full screen, and now I have my video here for my students to see. I'm not sure why I can't move it right now. Maybe because up here it says playing a video stop. Okay, I just tried to figure out why I couldn't move it. I think that when you're in the middle of a video and you hit stop and it's playing, you're not able to move it at that time. But I'm sure that I'll be able to later. The next thing I want to show you is how to attach a document. Let's say you've come up with an assignment and you've put it in Microsoft Word on your computer and you want to bring it to your Lino board. So you'd go over here to this little paper clip and click on that, and it's going to allow you to browse in your computer. So you click Browse, and I know for a fact that the document that I want is in Documents, and it's called Priorities. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to come up down here. I'm going to click Open. I just uploaded the document priorities here to this box. I can put an assignment or a comment underneath it, and I'm going to hit Post. And a new sticky has been posted, and here's the assignment. And maybe I'd put an assignment down underneath on another sticky under here, telling the students what I want them to do with this assignment. It all depends on what it is, the content is that's inside your document. It is important to know that I think there's a limit for how large a file you can upload. So I think anything bigger than 10 megabytes probably wouldn't work. So you want to make sure that you don't post anything that's too huge, which you probably wouldn't be posting as an assignment anyway. One other last feature I'd like to show you here on the palette is the Highlight New. If I were to click this, you'll see that everything gets numbered, and the last thing to be added is the number 1. And then if you want to take away the Highlight New, you would just click that. But it's nice if there's a new assignment up, and there's a lot of assignments up, for a student to be able to find that number 1, knowing that that's the most recent assignment that they need to be addressing. When you're done with your Lino and you want to publish it, you would go over to the palette to this little I, which is for information, and you'd click that, and it would show you 3 options: the URL, the link, and the embed Lino. We can go over this at a later time, but by copying the URL, it's very, very easy at that point for you to just share it with your students or send it by email. Once you have the URL, you can send it to anyone, and anyone can come on in and add stickies to the board and not worry about creating a login. Thanks so much for watching, and feel free to watch it again if you need to. Thank you.